Hi there everybody, welcome along to the Big Quiz Night In. Hope you're all doing well. Today it is episode 111 of the Big Quiz Night In live Facebook show. And yeah, I hope you're all doing well. Looks like we've got a good turnout this evening. Let's have a look in the chat before we make a start, shall we? So let's go through. We've got Jew in the chat saying good evening everyone. So we've got some of the Brazilians getting together, which is good. Although I have seen a comment from Pete saying that Facebook Live's not working on Kindle Fire Sticks anymore. So we are on mobile now. Well, yeah, it will work on anything you can install Facebook onto, but I do know that also Android TV Facebook Live app has also ceased to work. So yeah, apologies there, nothing I can do about that, but I hope you can get it to work on another device okay. Sue's here, and the donuts, she says my brother-in-law is here from Guernsey joining us tonight. Welcome along, hope you enjoy the show. We've got Gabby, of course, saying Pinky and the Brain are here. Hope everyone got a little bit of sunshine today. We went for a walk down by the river actually with my son, so that was quite nice. Unfortunately, Abby had to go to school, but Ruben had a strike day, so yeah, we made the most of it. Very long walk though. Okay, Andy says, good evening all. Got 3.5 minutes to make a cup of tea. I hope you made it back in time. Catherine says, hello everyone. The not so golden oldies are here as well. Lovely. And we've also got Stella May here as well. She says, good evening. I haven't played for ages. It's good to be back. And yes, it has been a long time. Yes. So I'm really pleased you could join us again this evening. Millie's here as well. She says, good evening, everybody. Welcome to you. And Andy says, 111, Nelson, as they say. Not sure why. Do you know, it's funny you should say that because I was going to mention the fact it's a Nelson and I thought, I don't actually know why they call it a Nelson either. So I looked it up. So you don't have to. The rumour has it that it's because Admiral Lord Nelson, by the time he died, had one eye, one arm and one leg. 111. That's it. 111. That's why it's a Nelson. There you go. See, every day's a school day. Right, same kind of process as always for the show this evening. We've got the kids question coming up very soon. Will it be both my kids, one or the other? Let's find out very soon. That's next. That'll give you some bonus points for the rest of the evening. And then we've got our 3 quiz rounds, random subjects again. A couple of old favourites returning and one new kind of guest round that's coming up as well, which is a random subject you'll see in a moment. And then we've got Our Survey Says, a Family Fortunes question with 6 possible answers this time. And we've got 3 catchphrase rounds to go through as well. Proper catchphrase videos like I've done before. So good luck to you all for all of this stuff. Andy says, well, thanks for the explanation. Yeah, I just had a feeling it would come up, and if it didn't, I found that so fascinating I wanted to mention it. All right, and speaking of fascinating, wait till you see the kids' question. Right, here we go. Let's bring them in, shall we?
Can I make a guess?
There's no sound. There's no sound. It's all right. I've turned it back on now. We're going to have to do it again. Ruben, read the question, and then we'll move on. Say it again.
Which safari animal has been discovered to make a humming sound?
Okay. All right.
Is
Say it again,
A,
please.
rhinos, B, giraffes, C, hippos, or D,
Sorry for the mute,
hyenas?
by the way.
Am I
That's
allowed to
all right.
make a guess?
You can guess because you don't know. Yeah, go
Like
on.
after everyone else has guessed, I'll make my guess,
We-
and then we'll say the answer. Because I don't know.
Okay.
It seems that the
We've got some guesses coming in after they told us that we were all on mute, which
They
I
made
know
this
we're not
guess,
now.
I didn't.
Hey?
Seems that the O has done something.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's broken.
Oh,
You
so-
guys probably can't see that, but
No,
it's
it's
like over,
fine.
like,
Well, you can kind of see it.
yeah.
You can kind of see it if you look really closely. But
Look, we've got some guesses coming in. Abby, what do you think it is?
honestly, I would go with C.
C,
Because
okay.
it's like the most unlikely.
Yeah, well, I think they're all pretty. It's quite a tricky question, actually. But let's see how many guesses we've got for this one then. We'll have a look in the chat. Which one should we go by? Well, look, we've got. Here we go. Some more guesses coming in. So we have B from Sue. We've got B for Andy. C from Jew. A from Gabby. Yes, the sound is back. Yeah, it's my fault. I put it on mute because they were making a racket coming in. Not you, Rupert was. Right, any more guesses? A, B, C, or D in the chat. Let's see if anybody else can get a bonus point there while I keep an eye on everything. Any more guesses for anybody? Put that down, mate. I think that's going to be it. Yes, you've got BB-8 there. Right, okay, let's reveal the answer then. And, oh, I've got some more. Oh, Pete's gone with D. Catherine's gone with A. Yes, some more guesses coming in now. I might have a bit of a delay there because there was no sound, I guess. All right, I'm going to reveal the answer then. Everybody that said the correct answer will get themselves bonus points. Here we go. The answer is...
B. Giraffes.
Giraffes. They do make a humming sound, but only at night or later in the evening.
Watched footage of it, and like it's like
You, not me.
It's-
Don't
yeah.
include me.
They make a really like low kind of humming noise. It's
Is
very
that
strange.
a humming noise
And
or is
like-
that a growling
I
noise?
know. That's what it's
Scientifically,
described as. Yeah.
They believe it is a complex way of communication.
Yes, yes. There we go. See, learn something new every day. Right, so let's go through, Abby. Who are the winners? Who
You said
said
it, not me.
B?
We've got Sue,
Sue,
Andy,
and I think there was one more. Scylla.
Scylla.
Yeah, Sue, Andy, and
apologise.
Scylla. Lima's come in the chat as well. Is that Shayna Wonder? Welcome along. So, yeah, 3 of you get bonus points for getting the
No
kids' question
way.
right. Yeah,
Lima,
I know, right? Actual Lima.
the literal company.
Yeah.
We're so famous. We're so famous.
That's not really how it works, but yeah, it's great.
Lima's watching us. Hi, Lima.
All right, everybody say goodbye to the kids. Abby's dying of
Bye,
embarrassment. Let's move on.
What?
Oh my goodness. We have some fun, don't we? Okay, yes. Hello, and yes, Lima says goodbye, kids.
Goodbye.
Lima wasn't an option because it was about safari animals, that's why. So yeah, let's let the chat catch up there. Okay, so your rounds are across the bottom of the screen as always then. We're going to start off with the geography round, we've got TV and films, and then the guest round is all about London. So that's your random trivia round I mentioned earlier on. So there's going to be 15 questions in each round, multiple points available throughout the rounds as always. Then we'll go into our family fortunes and catchphrase rounds as well. All that comes up on screen if you haven't watched along before. It's a lot of fun and I hope you can stick with us throughout. Right, let's go into our geography round. So, you've also got Countdown Conundrum across the bottom. If you can work out what that is, don't put it in the chat. Don't put it in the chat. Thank you, Jew. I'll pass on your messages to the kids as always, to anybody else wants to comment about that. Yes, don't put any guesses in the chat for now, all right? At the end of each quiz round, I'll reveal the answers and you can mark your own. And obviously it's 1 point for each, and I'll explain that as we go. And then at the end, I'll also tell you what the conundrum is. And if you get the conundrum right, that's 2 bonus points. For the 3 people that got bonus points there for the kids question, that's an extra 1 point you can add on to your score, either on this round, TV and films, or the London round. But it doesn't really matter for the game shows round because they're just for fun. No points available there, really. Okay, let's make a start. Question number 1. Sherwood Forest is in which English county? Sherwood Forest is in which English county? That's question 1. Okay, question number 2. What are the official currencies of Australia and Denmark? What are the official currencies of Australia and Denmark? 1 point for each. Always worth a guess. It's 1 point for each there. I love that reaction from Rue. We're famous! Cracks me up. Oh, question number 3 now. Question 3 in our geography round. Which is the largest of the Canary Islands? Which is the largest of the Canary Islands? For 1 point. Question number 4 now. Question 4. Which is the only city in Cornwall? Which is the only city in Cornwall? That's question 4. Of course, at the end of each round, I can do any repeats of questions before I go through the answers. So if I go through these too quickly, don't worry. You can just comment at the end what numbers you'd like me to repeat, and I'll go back through some. That's fine. Okay, question number 5 is for 3 points. Which 3 African nations have names that begin with the letter N? Which 3 African nations have names that begin with the letter N? 1 point for each correct nation. Okay. Question number 6 then. Question 6. Which country is home to the world's tallest statue? Which country is home to the world's tallest statue? Question 7 is for another 3 points. Which are the 3 nations who share a border with Luxembourg? Which are the 3 nations who share a border with Luxembourg? One point for each there. Question number 8. Which segment on a UK Monopoly board is in between Piccadilly and Regent Street? Which segment on a UK Monopoly board is in between Piccadilly and Regent Street? Okay, question number 9 for another 3 points. Question 9. Which colours are the stars that are on the national flags of Israel, China and Senegal? Which colours are the stars on the national flags of Israel, China and Senegal? 1 point for each. They are 3 different colours. Okay, next question then. Question 3, this one's about international airport codes. Which cities are home to the airports with the following international codes? LAX, CDG and BOM. That's Bravo, Oscar, Mike to spell it phonetically. Which cities are home to the airports with the following international codes? LAX, CDG and BOM. Again, 1 point for each. 5 more questions left to go in this round. Question 11. Which country has the internet domain ending of .ch? Which country has the internet domain ending of .ch? Question 12 for another 3 points. Which cities are the state capitals of California, New Mexico, and Virginia? Which cities are the state capitals of California, New Mexico, and Virginia? 3 more points there then. Again, we will do repeats at the end of the round, so do let me know in the chat which ones you would like when we get to that point. Question 13. What colour is the central line depicted on a London Underground map? What colour is the central line depicted on a London Underground map? Question 14 is for 2 points. Which 2 countries occupy the Iberian Peninsula? Which 2 countries occupy the Iberian Peninsula? 1 point for each, of course. And your last question is for 3 more points. Don't forget to try and work out what the countdown conundrum is, because you're running out of time with that one. A bonus 2 points if you can get that. Question 15. Which counties are the most northerly, westerly and easterly in England? Which counties are the most northerly, westerly and easterly in England? 1 point for each again. That's the end of the 15 questions for the round. A little bit of thinking time now. Please let me know in the chat which ones you'd like me to repeat. We do sometimes go through these quite quickly, but then everybody will go through these at their own pace. So let me know which ones you want me to repeat whilst I give you a little bit more thinking time, and you can have a bit of time to put those into the chat if there is any. I'd like to remind you that in the description of this video and every video is a link to where you can support me. That link will take you to a list of all the places where you can find Big Quiz Night In. So all across social media, wherever, pretty much any social media app, all the main ones I certainly use, including the one that was in the chat earlier, Lima. So if you like to listen to podcasts and things like that on the go, for example, you can listen to my quizzes on there. There's hundreds of them on there, and I've got more to post soon. So do check that out. It's a social audio platform as opposed to video or text, which you see across others typically. So yeah, a lot of fun. And you can leave your voice comments in there as well by way of reply, which is also a really nice, unique thing about Lima. Could I please repeat question 5, and can you have a few minutes to catch up? Yes, of course. Yeah, I'll waffle on. Don't worry. You know I can do that all night. That's fine. Let me repeat question 5. So for question 5, which 3 African nations have names that begin with the letter N? Which 3 African nations have names that begin with the letter N? 3 points then for that one. One thing I haven't waffled on about recently is my merch store. Merch store still exists. We did have several people before I went on a bit of a hiatus when I moved house. There was some of you buying merch quite often, which was really nice and helpful. Everything I do here really helps me out when people do these kind of things. It's not gone away. It's still there. I might put some new designs on there at some point. but if you want to show your respect for the quiz in what you wear, you're more than welcome to. There's lots of different choices and sizes and colours and all sorts. Again, it's all in that link in the description. Okay, any more repeats needed? I'm not seeing any more in the chat. But I am aware I went through that round quite quickly. So I'll give you a moment more. Then I'll go through the answers. And then you can just let me know in the chat at the end of this round how many points you got. And also if I'm not already aware of it, please do put your team name in the chat so I can give it a shout out in that way. Just makes it a bit more like the pub quizzes that I host in person. So it's a bit more interesting if we get fun quiz team names involved as well. Okay, I'm going to go through the answers now, I think, and let's see how well you did. So, question number 1, Sherwood Forest is in which English county? It is Nottingham. Question 2 for 2 points. What are the official currencies of Australia and Denmark? It is the Australian dollar and the Danish kroner. Question 3, which is the largest of the Canary Islands? It is Tenerife. Question 4, which is the only city in Cornwall? That is Truro. Question 5, the question I repeated earlier. For 3 points, which 3 African nations have names that begin with the letter N? It is Namibia, Niger, and Nigeria. Question 6, which country is home to the world's tallest statue? It's called the Statue of Unity, which is in India. Question 7 for 3 points. Which 3 nations border Luxembourg? That is France, Belgium, and Germany. Again, 1 point for each. Question 8. The segment that's in between Piccadilly and Regent Street on a UK Monopoly board is Go to Jail. Question 9. The colours that are the stars of Israel, China, and Senegal on their flags is blue for Israel. For China, it's yellow. And for Senegal, they are green. Question 10. The airport international codes LAX, CDG and BOM are from which cities? LAX is Los Angeles, CDG is the Charles de Gaulle Airport, which is in Paris, and BOM is Mumbai, formerly Bombay. So there you go, Los Angeles, Paris and Mumbai for 3 points. Question 11, which country has the internet domain ending of .ch? Is Switzerland is .ch. Question 12, which cities are the state capitals of California, New Mexico and Virginia? It is Sacramento, California, Santa Fe, New Mexico and Richmond, Virginia. Question 13, the central line on a London Underground map is red. Question 14, the 2 countries that occupy the Iberian Peninsula is Spain and Portugal. And question 15 for 3 points, which counties are the most northerly, westerly and easterly in England? For the north it is Northumberland, for west it's Cornwall, and for east it's Suffolk. Right, so there's all the answers for the quiz. For 2 bonus points, the countdown conundrum answer is adaptable. 2 points if you got that one right. You can add on your bonus point for the kids question if you want to in this round for those who want it, or you can save it for use in the TV and film and the London round. Totally up to you. Whichever one you think you'll need the extra bonus for, use it for that one. So tally up your scores then. Let's see how well you did. Let me know in the chat. As I said, if I don't know it already, then your team name would be helpful along with your team score. If you have a team name, there's no pressure if you haven't got one. It's just a bit of fun. Don't worry about it. And then, yes, we will move on to our next round, which will be TV and film. So just give you a little bit of time to add in your scores. As always, we celebrate with those who do well, commiserate with those who don't, but remember, it is just for fun. No pressure at all. It is just for a laugh, really. So you don't have to put your team names or anything or scores in the chat if you don't want to, but it adds to the fun for those who do. Okay. Donuts. The Donuts have scored 24 points. Very good. I think it's out of 29 points this round, so 24 is a pretty good score. Pinky and the Brain have got 23 plus the 2 points there for the conundrum. Very good. Juice says Brazilians have got 22 plus 2. That's another good score. Well done. Andy says 19 for me, saving my extra point for the next round, which might be gruesome. 17 for the not so golden oldies. Very good, nice one. 14 points, Millie, well done. Good effort there. 19 for Scylla, plus the bonus. I actually knew some of that. All downhill from now on. I'm sure it'll be fine, don't worry. Good stuff. Okay, well, I'll keep reading out the comments, of course. It'll carry on to the next page. So let's move on to round number 2 and see how you get on with a TV and films round. Okay, right, that's the geography round out of the way then. And let's just bring in the TV and films round now. 15 more questions, same principle as before. Everything the same, just TV and films as the subject instead. Here we go. Right, so for TV and films then. Oh, and you've got your countdown conundrum there already, so start working on that in between the questions. See if you can guess that for another bonus 2 points. Okay, question number 1 in TV and films. What was the name of the New York cafe where the characters from Friends met? What was the name of the New York cafe where the characters from Friends met? I always remember in, like, I think it was the very last episode, they talk about having time for coffee before they leave, but essentially for the last time. And as they're walking out, they're like, oh yeah, we'll go for coffee, let's go for coffee. And Chandler's like, where? Which place should they go? They always go to the same place. Always remember that bit. It's very silly, funny little joke at the end. Question 2 for 2 points. This one is, which 2 David Bowie songs were TV series titles for Philip Glenister? Oh, Juice says she loved the geography round, did really well for a change. Yeah, good. Yeah, we've done those quite often actually lately. We seems to go down quite well. So yeah, I'm glad you like that. Question 2 again for 2 points. Which 2 David Bowie songs were TV series titles for Philip Glenister? Of course, 1 point for each. Question number 3 for 3 points. Put these TV shows into the correct order with the earliest shown on TV first. Britain's Got Talent, The Voice, and Dancing on Ice. Put these TV shows into the correct order with the earliest shown on TV first. Britain's Got Talent, The Voice, and Dancing on Ice. So 3 points if you get them all in the correct order. I think the only other alternative is you get 1 point if you've got one in the right order and the rest aren't. Or failing that, 0. But let's see how well you do. Britain's Got Talent, The Voice, Dancing on Ice. Put them in order. Earliest released first. Right. Okay, question 4. Who played Starsky, Hutch and Huggy Bear on film in 2004? Who played Starsky, Hutch and Huggy Bear on film in 2004? 1 point for each. Obviously I'll do repeats at the end again if you need them. Question number 5. Which actress first played Buffy the Vampire Slayer on TV? It was a film first, but that wasn't with the same actress. So which actress first played Buffy the Vampire Slayer on TV? is another quiz question that comes up quite often, is who that actress is from the film before the TV show was made. But this time I am asking, which actress first played Buffy the Vampire Slayer on TV? Okay, question number 6. Who is the only Disney princess who was inspired by an actual person? Who is the only Disney princess who was inspired by an actual person? Question number 7, then 3 more points here. What's Love Got to Do with It? Ray and Judy are musical biopic films about which singers? What's Love Got to Do with It? Ray and Judy are musical biopic films about which singers? Okay, so 3 points for that question. Then let's move on to question 8. For 1 point, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy feature in which kids' TV series? Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy feature in which kids' TV series? Okay, your next question, and question number 9 is for 2 points. Which 2 gangs famously attended Rydell High School? Which 2 gangs famously attended Rydell High School? Question number 10 now. Question 10. Mr. T advertised which chocolate bar on UK television? Mr. T advertised which chocolate bar on UK television? Question 11 now. This one is for 2 points. Question 11. Which 2 children have owned Woody in the Toy Story films? Which 2 children have owned Woody in the Toy Story films? Right, question number 12 now. Question 12. West Side Story is a musical movie based on which Shakespearean play? West Side Story is a musical movie based on which Shakespearean play? Okay, your next 3 questions are all for multiple points. Question 13. Which Oscar winners played Sirius Black, Sybil Trelawney, and Horace Slughorn in the Harry Potter movies? Which Oscar winners played Sirius Black, Sybil Trelawney, and Horace Slughorn in the Harry Potter movies? Okay, question 14. Which stand-up comedian had his comedy vehicle? Which one made a big splash? And which one hosted his Well Good show? Which stand-up comedian had his comedy vehicle? Which one made a big splash? And which one hosted his Well Good show? 3 points again there. And question 15 is for another 3 points. Remember, let me know which ones you want repeated in the chat, please, and I'll do all of those for you. On film, what were the names given to Jim Douglas's VW Beetle, to Stephen King's Red Plymouth Fury, and Ian Fleming's 12-cylinder, 8-litre Paragon Panther? Question 15 again. On film, what were the names given to Jim Douglas's VW Beetle, Stephen King's Red Plymouth Fury, and Ian Fleming's 12-cylinder, 8-litre Paragon Panther? 1 point for each. Don't forget to check out the Countdown Conundrum. You're running out of time with that one now. 2 bonus points if you can get that correct. Anyone want a question repeated, do let me know in the chat as always. And I'll do as many of those as we need to for you. And then of course we go through the answers just like before. Let's see how you go. Question 7 then for the donuts, no problem. Right, question 7 was about the musical biopic films. So, what's love got to do with it? Ray and Judy are musical biopic films about which singers? Question 7 again, what's love got to do with it? Ray and Judy are musical biopic films about which singers? Okay, I think that's going to be about it then. Looking at the chat, no more requests have come in. It's nice to see some of the old badges next to your names in the chat, I must say. If you're regular commentators, if you comment regularly in my videos, yeah, the diamond badge is still the top fan badge, but there's quite a few different ones you can now get the more you comment and interact with my content. So that's quite fun, seeing those against all your names, or some of you. That was how we used to determine who gained access to the top fan group. Some of you might remember those days, and the journey some of you had to take to get there. Bit more open now, but that was fun at the time. Okay, Andy says, I think there's some sort of volume leveling thing going on. I'm silent after a pause for a few words, then I'm audible. I can see the sound levels on my side, and they are consistent, because every time I speak the levels are going up and down. So it's not a problem my end, it can't be. It's either a Facebook end or it's a you problem, unfortunately. I don't know. Maybe some other people are having a similar issue. Let me know if we need to repeat anything though. That's not good without audio. Kind of makes what we do here a bit difficult. Okay, I'm going to go through the answers then, I think. Okay, let's go through the answers anyway and see how you get on. So, question number 1, the name of the New York cafe where the characters from Friends met. It is Central Perk. Central Perk. Question 2, the 2 David Bowie songs were TV series titles for Philip Glenister. They were Life on Mars, and Ashes to Ashes. Catherine says, we're having some audio problems, but coping. Okay, thank you. Again, it all looks fine this end. Signal, connection, everything. Maybe it's just the devices you're using. Again, it's probably just a Facebook problem. We just have to persevere, I'm afraid. Question 3. Put these TV shows into the correct order with the earliest shown on TV first. The 3 I gave you was Britain's Got Talent, The Voice and Dancing on Ice, but in the correct order. Earliest first, Dancing on Ice, then Britain's Got Talent, then The Voice. Question 4. Playing Starsky, Hutch and Huggy Bear on film in 2004 was Ben Stiller, Owen Wilson and Snoop Dogg was Huggy Bear. Question 5. Which actress first played Buffy the Vampire Slayer on TV? That is Sarah Michelle Gellar. Question 6. The only Disney princess inspired by an actual person is Pocahontas. Question 7. What's Love Got to Do with It? Ray and Judy are musical biopic films about Tina Turner, Ray Charles and Judy Garland. Question 8. Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy feature in which kids' TV series? It is SpongeBob SquarePants. Question 9. The 2 gangs famously attended Rydell High School were the Pink Ladies and T-Birds, of course from Greece. Question 10. Mr. T advertised which chocolate bar in the UK? It is Snickers. Question 11. Which 2 children have owned Woody in the Toy Story films? It's Andy and Bonnie. Question 12. West Side Story is a musical movie based on which Shakespearean play? It is Romeo and Juliet. Question 13. Which Oscar winners played Sirius Black, Sybil Trelawney and Horace Slughorn in the Harry Potter movies? Is Gary Oldman, Emma Thompson and Jim Broadbent for 3 points. Okay, question 14. The stand-up comedian that had his comedy vehicle, the one that had a big splash, and the one that hosted his Well Good show. It is Stuart Lee's comedy vehicle, Joe Brand's Big Splash, and Lee Nelson's Well Good show. And question 15. On film, what were the names given to Jim Douglas's VW Beetle, Stephen King's Red Plymouth Fury, and Ian Fleming's 12-cylinder 8-litre Paragon Panther? So the VW Beetle was Herbie, the Red Plymouth Fury was Christine, and Ian Fleming's 12-cylinder 8-litre Paragon Panther is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Not one of the James Bond cars, I'm afraid. He did also write Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. There we go. Right, the answers for the Countdown Conundrum is Principal. Principal. Let's see how many of you got some points for this one and how many did you get. Let me know in the comments as always, and you could also add on your bonus point if you haven't done so already for those who got them for the kids question earlier. Let's see how well you did in that TV and films round. If I need to repeat any of the answers so you can make sure, if you're having any audio problems, again you can let me know and I'll do that for you. But yeah, it's all everything looks fine this side. Touch wood. 15 points for the not so golden oldies. Good effort there, well done. Okay, 15 points. Donuts have got 24 points. Have you just copy and pasted that from the last round? Very good though, well done. Andy says, well, I've played all my bonuses there. 13 plus 1 plus 2, 16 points. That's what they're for. That is what they're for. Well done. That's good. Okay, 12 points for Scylla. Well done there. Ju says 22 plus 2, so that's 24 points. Pinky in the Brain got 27 plus 2 for this round. Excellent work. Well done. Who's next? Anybody else out there wanting to leave a comment that's still with us? Let me know. We are, of course, going to move on to our next round, but the chat roll will continue. Millie, thank you. Well done. 10 points there. Good effort. We should briefly talk about the Patreon quiz last week, where we did what's called speed quizzing. So everybody that attended had an app which is given, allows you to enter all the answers when the questions pop up on screen. And Millie and Gabby in particular absolutely smashed it. Millie, you were in the lead for so long, I thought you were going to run away with it. It just changed towards the end. But yeah, all the girls absolutely smashed it. And unfortunately, the boys kind of let the side down a bit. It wasn't girls v boys, it just ended up that way on the scoreboard. But it was very funny, and I was very impressed with how well some of you did. So, yeah, good stuff. Let's move on to the next round, which is all about Landon. And there we go with another countdown conundrum. The conundrum is not connected to the theme. Okay, so don't worry about that. It's not connected to the theme at all. But it will give you 2 more extra points if you need them. And yeah, so just 1 second. Okay, 15 questions, all with a connection to London in some way, shape or form. Same as before. Any repeats, ask me at the end. We'll do the answers, see how well you did. And then once we've done this, we'll move on to our game shows round. Family Fortunes, Our Survey Says style question, and then 3 catchphrases. Okay, here we go then. Question number 1. Whereabouts in London could you find the Whispering Gallery, Poets' Corner, and the Trooping of the Colour? So for 3 points there, 3 different answers. Whereabouts in London could you find the Whispering Gallery, Poets' Corner, and the Trooping of the Colour? Whispering Gallery, Poets' Corner, and the Trooping of the Colour. Question 2. Which London landmark has a hand that's 11 feet long? Which London landmark has a hand that's 11 feet long? Question number 3. J.M. Barrie bequeathed the rights from his Peter Pan stories to which London hospital? J.M. Barrie bequeathed the rights to his Peter Pan stories to which London hospital? Question number 4. How many rising barriers does the Thames Barrier in London have? How many rising barriers does the Thames Barrier in London have? For 1 point. Okay, question number 5 now. Question 5. From which London embassy did the SAS rescue 26 hostages in 1980? From which London embassy did the SAS rescue 26 hostages in 1980? Question number 6, this one's for 2 points. Which 2 of Henry VIII's wives were executed at the Tower of London? Which 2 of Henry VIII's wives were executed at the Tower of London? 1 point for each, of course. Okay, question 7. This one is for 4 points. Translate this phrase from Cockney slang. 1 point for each correct word that you correctly translate. Get me my Dickie and Peckham. I'm off to have a butcher's at the Bonnie Palones. Translate this phrase from Cockney slang for 4 points. Get me my Dickie and Peckham. I'm off to have a butcher's at the Bonnie Palones. So 1 point for Dickie, Peckham, Butchers and Bonnie Palones. 4 points in total. What do those words mean? Okay. Around about halfway through the round now. Question number 8. Whereabouts in London is the Strangers Gallery? Whereabouts in London is the Strangers Gallery? Question number 9 for 2 points. Question 9. Name the 2 cheapest properties on a traditional UK Monopoly board. Name the 2 cheapest properties on a traditional UK Monopoly board. Question number 10 now. Question 10. What is the name of London's only Rugby Super League team? What is the name of London's only Rugby Super League team? Question 11 now. Question 11. Name the previous 2 sponsors of the London Marathon. So not the current one. Name the previous 2 sponsors of the London Marathon. One point for each again there for that one. Question number 12. Which was London's most popular tourist attraction last year? Was it the British Museum, Madame Tussauds, or the London Eye? Which was London's most popular tourist attraction last year? Was it the British Museum, Madame Tussauds, or the London Eye? Okay, let's go on to your next question now. Question 13. Which year saw the Great Fire of London? Which year saw the Great Fire of London? Question number 14 now. Question 14, this is for 3 points. Which London-based football clubs play home matches at Loftus Road, the Den and the London Stadium? Which London-based football clubs play home matches at Loftus Road, the Den and the London Stadium? Your final question is also for 3 more points. After this one, please let me know in chat how many or which questions you'd like repeated. And we'll go through those again for you. Question 15. Which 3 London boroughs begin with the letter W? Which 3 London boroughs begin with the letter W? 1 point for each there. Make sure you've had a guess as well at what you think the countdown conundrum could be this time for 2 more bonus points. And this will also be your last chance if you haven't used your kids question bonus from earlier on. This is the last chance to use it this evening. So add it onto your score if you haven't done so yet, please. Right, let me know if you want any repeated then. Okay, nothing through yet. That's okay. We don't always have to do repeats, but I do like to give you a bit of thinking time. So repeating questions helps others have more thinking time. Let's see. Could I please repeat question 7 in a cheeky chappy accent? Oh dear. Okay. And 5 as well. All right. Question 7 then for Andy. Translate this phrase from Cockney slang for 4 points. Get me my Dickie and Peckham, I'm off to have a butcher's at the Bonnie Palones. That cheeky enough for you. Question 5. From which London embassy did the SAS rescue 26 hostages in 1980? Which London embassy? Question 7, I'll just reiterate the words again. It's Dickie, Peckham, Butchers, and Bonnie Palones. Andy says, nice one. Okay, Gabby's asked, excuse me, can I repeat number 1? No problem. Right, number 1 is another 3-pointer. Whereabouts in London could you find the Whispering Gallery, Poets' Corner, and the Trooping of the Colour? Okay, last few seconds thinking time then while I keep an eye on the chat, see if there's any more that comes in. And then we will go through the answers. Ooh. Okay, how are we doing for time actually? Let's have a quick look. How are we doing for time? Oh, we're doing good. That's all right. Coming up to about the hour mark. That's fine. Okay, number 7. Okay, number 7 again was... Oh, I've got to do a cheeky chappy voice again, haven't I now? Translate this phrase from Cockney slang for 4 points. Get me my Dickie and Peckham. I'm off to have a butcher's at the Bonnie Palones. Dickie, Peckham, Butchers, Bonnie Palones. What do those 4 things mean from Cockney slang? Okay, here we go with the answers then. Question number 1. Whereabouts in London could you find the Whispering Gallery, Poets' Corner, and the Trooping of the Colour? Whispering Gallery is in St Paul's Cathedral. It's called that because it's circular and you could whisper against the wall on one side and it travels all the way around, or most of the way around. That's just how the sound works in that shaped room. That's why. Poets' Corner is in Westminster Abbey, and the Trooping of the Colour is Horse Guards Parade. Question 2. The London landmark that has a hand that's 11 feet long is the clock face on the Elizabeth Tower, where Big Ben's the bell, where Big Ben resides. So the clock face of that tower, or Big Ben's clock, anything like that. Give yourself a point. Question 3. J.M. Barrie bequeathed the rights from Peter Pan stories to which London hospital? It was Great Ormond Street Hospital. Question 4. How many rising barriers does the Thames Barrier have? It is 10. Question 5. From which London embassy did the SAS rescue 26 hostages in 1980? It was the Iranian embassy. Question 6. Which 2 of Henry VIII's wives were executed at the Tower of London? For 2 points, that is Anne Boleyn and Catherine Howard. Question 7, the Cockney slang phrase Dickie, Peckham, Butchers and Bonnie Palones. So it's Peckham Rye, tie, Dickie Dirt, shirt, Butcher's hook, look, and Bonnie Palone's is Pretty Girls. So 1 point for each correct word there. Tie, shirt, look, and Pretty Girls. 4 points in total. So yes, get me my tie and shirt. I'm going to have a look at the Pretty Girls. That's what that phrase means. Question 8. Whereabouts in London is the Strangers Gallery? That is in the Houses of Parliament, specifically the House of Commons. So either or, you can have a point for that. Question 9. Name the 2 cheapest properties on a traditional UK monopoly board. That is Old Kent Road and Whitechapel Road. Question 10. What's the name of London's only rugby Super League team? They are the London Broncos. Question 11. The previous 2 sponsors of London Marathon are Flora and Virgin or Virgin Money. Currently it's Tata Consultancy Services, but Flora and Virgin or Virgin Money for the points for that question. Question 12. Which was London's most popular tourist attraction last year? Was it the British Museum, Madame Tussauds, or the London Eye? It's the British Museum. It normally is the British Museum. Whether or not they should have half the stuff they've got in there is another question. But it is normally the most popular. Question 13. Which year saw the Great Fire of London? That was in 1666. Question 14. Which London-based football clubs play home matches at Loftus Road, the Den and London Stadium? It's Queen's Park Rangers, Millwall and West Ham United. And finally, question 15. The 3 London boroughs that begin with W are Westminster, Wandsworth and Waltham Forest. Okay, the answer for the countdown conundrum, the final one of the evening, is squawking. Squawking. How many of you got this one right, I wonder? 2 bonus points there, 1 bonus point left if you haven't had your kids bonus question added on yet. So tally up your scores, put them in the comments, and then we'll move on to our game show round. Okay, let's see how many points you've got then, guys. Put them in the comments, please. I said earlier on, I said I could waffle on for hours, you know that, but actually I haven't got that much to talk about, short of promoting my usual stuff. I'm off this week on holiday, but I wanted to still do the quiz for you because I had a couple of weeks off last month. But I've got all this week off work and the bank holidays and stuff, which is nice. I haven't really been posting much elsewhere, so I've not got a great deal to talk about, unfortunately, but it's lovely to have a great turnout tonight. Right, okay, here we go. 16 plus 2 for the not so golden oldies. Excellent stuff. You've got the conundrum. Donuts have got 21 points. Millie says 12 points. Good score there. 16 plus 2 for Pinky in the Brain this time. Yeah, great one. Well done, Gabby. And 16 plus 2 equals 18 for me. Andy says sorted. Britzillian 16 plus 2 as well. All good scores there. Well done. Yeah, pretty good. Okay, well, keep those comments coming in. Let's go on to the Our Survey Says round, shall we? Okay. Oh, well done, Scylla. 16 plus 2 actually got the conundrum this time. See, I thought the squawking one was going to be the hardest one. But actually, looks like you did pretty good with that one, and that wasn't the hardest one. Good stuff. Well done. Yeah, so 18 points again there for you. Right. So, Family Fortunes round. There are 6 possible answers here from a survey of 100 people. You need to work out what the most popular ones are from our survey question, which is to name an animal some might wish didn't exist. Okay, so I'm sure we'll get some of these pretty quickly. Let's see how well you do. This is something you do guess in the comments. Again, it's just for fun. You can give yourself points, however many points you want. It doesn't matter. But this is just for fun to see if you can work out and how quickly you can work out what those top 6 are. And I'll reveal them as we go through. And if they're wrong, of course, you'll get a dreaded coming up on screen. but we shall see. So everybody have a guess now. Everybody have a few guesses. I'll rattle them off and see who's got points there, and then you can all start guessing some of the gaps that we've got. Okay? Okay, we have got some good guesses coming in. Gabby has gone with spider. Millie's gone with mosquito. Oh, Andy's gone with a shark. Catherine has gone with a skunk. Interesting. Keep those guesses coming in. I'll start going through them now. If anybody wants to guess the same as somebody else, you can do. And then we will just see who's got them right. I'll give you another few seconds and I'll start going through them. These are all really good guesses though. Let's see what we've got here. First and foremost, let's start with one that a couple of you guessed there. We've got rats. So, is rats one of our answers on the list? Let's have a look. That is number 3 on the list. Very good. Okay, Andy's gone with shark. Is a shark on the list? That's number 6. Just got in there. Very good there, well done. Catherine and Tony are going with a skunk. Is a skunk there? Oh. Skunk is not there, I'm afraid. That is not on the list. Let me go back up. We've got mosquito from Millie. Okay, let's have a look for mosquito. Is that on our list? That's number 4. Mosquito is number 4. And who else have we got here? Sue's gone with a wasp. Is a wasp there? That'll be on my list. I found out recently that they do serve a purpose and there's a reason that they're out and about, and this whole sob story for wasps, I'm just like, yeah, but they're horrible. Apparently Asian hornets have been spotted in the UK as well. And if you spot them, they kill hundreds of bees, so you need to report them. So keep an eye out for them, Google them to find out what they look like. They've been spotted in Kent, I think, so far. So they might obviously spread. Asian hornets, not good news. Right, okay, let's have a look. Spider then. Gabby did say spider straight off. I was delaying things a little because that is actually the top answer. Well done. Spiders is the top answer. I know they serve a purpose as well, but ugh, don't like spiders. They're not there. That was the top answer from the survey as well. Snakes. Gary's gone with snakes, and so has Millie. Is snakes on the list? That's the second one. Okay, we've got one missing. The one that's missing isn't perhaps something you'd find too often over here, I don't think. But it is still pretty vile. I will give you that much as a clue. Might be something you see more in America than over here. At least I've never seen one over here. But it is still one of those creatures you know is a creepy, crawly, horrible thing. I'm giving you more clues now. Let's see if you can work it out. What could our 5th missing answer be from this survey? They can survive pretty much anything. Gabby's might have got it there. She's gone with a cockroach. I wonder if anybody else was about to put that into the chat as well. Let's have a look. Is cockroach the missing answer? Yes, cockroaches. Cockroach was the missing one. Very good. So there we go. There's your top 6 in order from the survey. Spiders, snakes, rats, mosquitoes, cockroaches and sharks. There we go. Good effort, everybody. Got through that quite quickly. I might see if I can do a full board of 8, if I can find some of those questions from the old archive, with all 8 next time, if I remember to dig one of those out. Let's see. All right, let's move on then to our final game of the evening, which is our catchphrase round. So, let's bring our first wheel up. So, for those who haven't played this one before, very similar to catchphrase. Behind that screen there of 9 squares is an actual catchphrase video that you may have seen on the TV show that I've borrowed. It's a free quiz. I'm sure they don't mind. It's free publicity. So I'm going to bring that one up now, and so it's now behind that board of 9 squares. The way we work out which ones we're going to reveal is by a spin of the wheel. And the person who gets to guess first will be the person that gets a question correct. Because it's a quiz night after all. We have to tie in trivia somehow. So, let's spin the wheel and see first of all, which one we're going to be removing. It will be number 3, and the question I'm going to ask you now, which celebrity's real name is Nicholas Kim Coppola? Put this in the chat. First person to get it right will be the person that gets to have a guess first when I remove window 3. Which celebrity's real name is Nicholas Kim Coppola? We will be removing number 3 from the board. Catherine, straight away in there with a guess of Nicolas Cage. Let's remove that square. Sue and the Donuts getting in there as well, but Catherine was first. It's not really giving you much, I'm afraid, is it? But it is... no, it's not giving you anything. So let's remove that from the wheel. And we're going to spin the wheel again in a moment. Here's your next question. You can guess in the chat, Catherine and Tony, as soon as you can say pass, or as soon as we moved on, somebody else might have to jump in there, but I don't think people are going to get it. No idea, she says. Sorry, I don't blame you. I couldn't get it from that either. Right, okay then. Your next question is, what was the name of Michael Jackson's celebrity monkey? What was the name of Michael Jackson's celebrity monkey? And we're going to be removing number 2. This might give a little bit more. Ugh. Let's see, number 2 then. Oh, we've got some of you saying Bubbles. 3 of you in the chat quite quickly there. Gabby, Millie and Andy have all gone with Bubbles. That is the correct answer. And of quite a few others. Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about the spelling. As long as it's close enough, that's fine. We're going to remove number 2. And Gabby, you get to guess first for this one. Does it reveal anything more? Oh, not really. Let me know. Any clues there, Gabby? Anybody's allowed to guess once we get a confirmation there. But yes, the answer was Bubbles. Most of you seem to get that one right. Well done. Let's remove 2 from the wheel. Not giving away much. I'm going to move on, but I'm keeping an eye out on that chat. Next question then. Which singing celebrity's real name is Sean Corey Carter? Woke up on the wrong side of the bed is good, but it's not right. Next question again. Which singing celebrity's real name is Sean Corey Carter? I think technically we should say, to be fair to you all, which rapper celebrity real name is Sean Corey Carter? Who is that? Sue's gone with J.A. That's a spelling mistake I might not let you get away with. Gabby's gone with Jay-Z. Sue again was gone with Jay-Z. Billy's got J.A. He's J.A. now, I tell you. Brilliant. All right, okay. I will. Look, we're going to remove number 7. I will open it up to. Let me just check the chat because it's scrolled on by now. Hold on a moment. Let's move that on. J.A. All right, Sue and Gabby, because Gabby was the first to say Jay-Z. Sue was the first to guess J.A., but obviously she meant J.A. All right, so you can both guess now at the same time. All right. Andy's gone with H from Steps. Yeah, probably until I then said rapper. But yes, Jay-Z is the correct answer. Let's remove number 7 for you. Sorry, I got distracted with J.A. I think that's really funny. Here we go. Oh, the crucial parts are still missing, aren't they? They are still missing. Yes. And Ed went with Kanye as well. I think he's Sean. Is that Sean Coons? Something? I don't know. I can't remember now. Right, let's see. Any guesses for this one? Let's remove 7 from the wheel. The Donuts and Pinky and the Brain can guess for this one. Nothing yet. Right, I'm going to bring in the next question, but feel free to have a shout whenever you can. Let's go to the next question. Oscar-winning actor Jon Voight is the father to which Oscar-winning actress? Oscar-winning actor Jon Voight is the father to which Oscar-winning actress? There's the next question. Guess away in the comments. And let's see which square we are revealing. Oh, it's going to be 4? It's going to be 4. Okay. Sue and the Donuts are gone with Angelina Jolie. That is correct. That is the correct answer. However, I have to say, we also have a guess for the real answer for the catchphrase with the hand that rocks the cradle from Gabby. That is the correct answer. Well done. You have guessed it correctly. Let's reveal the rest of the board now and show you this horrifying image. Ugh, massive hand that rocks the cradle. That's it. Well done. You got that one right. Everybody seemed to get Angelina Jolie as well. That's very good. We'll roll that on to the next one, I think. So what we will do now is reset the board. And I will bring up the next one. And if you thought that one was a bit creepy, this next one. It's weird. Okay, a new wheel as well. So Angelina Jolie was the correct answer for that one. The first people to get that correct, let's have a look. Sue, yeah, Sue and the Donuts, yes. So let's reveal number 4. Number 4 is going to be revealed here, and Sue and the Donuts get to guess first. It's not really showing much, I'm afraid. It rarely does. It rarely does. Let's remove number 4 from the wheel. Any guesses there from the Donuts? It's really not giving away anything at all, so it's no problem if you just want to pass that one. I'm going to ask the next question now, though. Which actor has married Katie Holmes, Nicole Kidman, and Mimi Rogers? Which actor has married Katie Holmes, Nicole Kidman, and Mimi Rogers? And Sue and the Donuts pass on that one. I'm not surprised. But they're straight in there with another guess. Was that them again? Millie got there quite quickly as well. Let me just check the chat there. Tom Cruise has been guessed, and Tom Cruise is indeed the correct answer. So let's see which one we're going to be revealing. Sue and the Donuts, you get to guess again first, and then we'll open it up to everybody else. Or was it 5 or is it 6? 6. This could be interesting. Right, let's reveal number 6. Oh. Sue and the Donuts get to guess first or pass, please. Removing 6 from the wheel. There's one more to go after this. Any guesses there? Sue and the Donuts? Pass. Okay, the board is now open for anybody to have a guess, and I'll move on to the next question at the same time. Okay, let's do this one. Right, the Brit Awards organisers apologised to which female celebrity in 2013 for cutting her off in 2012? The Brit Awards organisers apologised to which female celebrity in 2013 for cutting her off in 2012? Man-child is good, but it's not right. Oh, Millie's straight in there with Adele. Very good. Catherine and Tony went with Adele. You both are correct. Got your answers in very quickly. Millie was there first, though. Let's spin the wheel and see which one we're revealing. If it's 5, it will probably give it away. I think it definitely will be, but it's not going to be this time, at least. We're going to be revealing square 8. That might still be helpful, actually. Let's have a look. Number 8. This is for Millie only for now. Oh... Interesting. Interesting. That has given you a bigger clue than I remembered it would. Let's remove number 8. Millie, you get to guess first. What could it be? I wonder. I have a feeling somebody's going to guess it if you don't. You might have to say pass. Nothing yet. I'm going to go on. Oh, Boys to Men's good. It's not right, I'm afraid. It's not right. So it's open now. Anybody can have a guess. And in the meantime, I will ask the next question for you. Let's go with name the first celebrity to be voted out of the Big Brother house in the first series of Celebrity Big Brother. He was a boxer. I will narrow it down by that much. Have a guess in the chat. Catherine and Tony have gone with Life Begins at 40. Have a guess at that question still, because Catherine and Tony, you have got it exactly right. It is Life Begins at 40. Let's reveal the board for you. Very well done. Life Begins at 40. It's oh, it's horrible. Imagine that. A couple of guesses in for the next round though. Sue and the Donuts have gone with Nigel Benn. Catherine and Tony have come back in with Chris Eubank. Anybody else wants to have a guess, feel free while I set up the board again for the final catchphrase of the evening. Feel free to do so, and then I'll tell you what the answer is. So there is the board reset. It is creepy, yeah. Okay, Chris Eubank is the correct answer for that one. He was the first one eliminated from the very first Celebrity Big Brother house. You thought it was 40-year-old virgin. I mean, technically, I suppose it would be as well. Technically, but no. The answer we're looking for was Life Begins at 40. Okay, but the new one is on screen now. Let's go over to our next wheel and see which one we're going to be revealing. Because Catherine and Tony guessed Chris Eubank and nobody else did, they are correct with that, and they get to guess first for this one. And we're going to be removing number 4. So let's just bring the sound back in. There we go. Oh, the briefest of clips. Yeah, you need to see a bit more than that, I think. Feel free to guess. I'll be amazed if you get it right. Mind you, I've said that before and people have done. Let's remove number 4 from the wheel. Okay, your next question now. Spencer Matthews, Millie McIntosh and Ollie Locke became celebrities after appearing in which UK reality TV series? Spencer Matthews, Millie McIntosh and Ollie Locke became celebrities after appearing in which UK reality TV series? Let's see which one we're going to be removing next. We'll spin that wheel again. Oh yes, a lot of you have gone with Made in Chelsea there. I don't mind the spelling mistakes there. I know what you meant. First was Gabby though. I can see that on screen now. Made in Chelsea is the correct answer, and we're going to be removing number 3. So Pinky in the Brain. It's not really the one you wanted, I'm afraid. Never mind. It's really all about what you can see in 4, but yeah, it's not giving you much. Okay, let's go on to the next question. Predictive text again. Made I Chelsea, I know. Don't you worry, I know. Okay, your next one then. Let's go with... Okay, this one then. Jennifer Aniston got engaged to which actor in August 2012? Jennifer Aniston got engaged to which actor in August 2012? Gabby says grass is greener on the other side. No, good, that's not right. Sue has gone with Brad Pitt. Any more guesses? I'll give you a bit longer to have a think about this one. Oh, from her co-star of The Breakup, Millie says. Ooh. Maybe, I haven't seen it. Gabby says Justin Thoreau. That's probably helped Gabby. In fact, I don't know. Maybe she knew it immediately anyway. Might have helped some other people though. Justin Thoreau is the correct answer. Or Justin Thoreau is the correct answer. Let's see which one we're going to be revealing there. Well done, Gabby. You get to have a guess again on this one. It is going to be number 6. Okay, number 6. So stupid. Oh, dearie me. Okay. Well, have a guess. Pinky in the brain. Do have a guess if you want to, or just say pass and we'll move on and open it up to the rest of the viewers. Running around like a headless chicken is right. Let's have a look at the whole page. Well done. It is running around like a headless chicken. It's really creepy. Who comes up with these, honestly? There we go. Well done, Gabby. Pinky in the brain, you get that last one correct. And let's move on to the end of the show. Okay, yeah, thank you all again for coming along this evening. That does bring us to the end of the quiz. Yeah, if I remember, I'll try and do 8 Our Survey Says answers. And we'll keep to the 3 on, yeah, Nightmare Fuel. Exactly, Gabby. Sleep well. Yeah, we'll keep to the 3 for catchphrase and 3 more random rounds. You know, I've been meaning to say, the hardest thing about what I do is trying to keep the quiz rounds fresh every week. And a lot of the times we reuse some of the familiar subjects from quiz nights. But what really helps is when I get suggestions from yourselves about the kind of subjects you guys like. If you're really not fussed and are up for whatever I present to you, then fine. But particularly Patreons, one of the perks you have if you support me on a monthly basis is you can tell me at any time what kind of requests for things you want, and I will deliver those for you. I'd love to start getting some more of those in, because that means I've got something to focus on rather than just a scattergun approach of that'll do, that'll do, that'll do. So yeah, have a think. Either the Facebook Live shows, requests welcome for that, or of course any ideas for future Patreon quiz nights. That's all fine too, whatever you'd like. But yes, do leave a like on the video before you go. All those positive emoji reactions always help out and get this put in front of other people. We may not get masses of people watching live, but when I look at the numbers afterwards, there's actually quite a lot of people that watch most, if not all, of the show after it's posted, which is quite nice to see. So yeah, please do. And if you are watching still from a rerun of this, then please do come along to a live if you can and say hi in the chat. It's always appreciated. Okay, Catherine Tony say, great quiz, thank you Chris, and thank you everyone for your company. Yeah, it's always a pleasure, isn't it? So yeah, good fun as always. We'll do it all again next week. Andy says, cheers Chris, really enjoyed it. Regards to all, see you next week. Thank you. And yes, one of the other things we're looking at doing just before we go is Patreons are going to, I hope, try to arrange a visit down to where I am at the quiz nights I host at a pub locally and do something real life gathering. Once they've agreed a date, I'll be letting everybody else know if they want to come down where we'll be for a meetup, and that's the first time in over 3 years of doing this that we'll have done this. So it's quite a big thing. So hopefully we can get a date sorted soon. Some of the others who aren't here tonight said they would post some dates as some of my suggestions, and they haven't done it yet. So I might give them a nudge and just say, what do you think? Okay, right. With that said, then everybody, enjoy your week, and I will see you all after the coronation. How exciting! I'll be watching. It's history in the making. There'll no doubt be quiz questions about it, so keep an eye out on what happens. So, yes. Millie says, yes, I can't wait for in-person gathering. Yeah, Patreon will be the ones to choose when we meet, and then everybody else can join us if they can. Simple. Anyway, message me if you'd like to know more as and when. Take care then, everybody. Stay safe. I'll see you all same time next time for more of the same fun. Cheers. Good night.